okay, you're saying something that's actually factually inaccurate
Right.
according to the narrative. Now, let's be real clear. I don't necessarily think they know what's going on yet. There's a lot of weird going on with Whirly.
I almost texted you when the Charlie Kirk thing happened because my antennas went up about, they showed the photo of that kid, or the guy that they have, the 22-year-old,
Yeah.
whatever. And I was almost going to be like, dude.
This kid had a rifle with a scope.
The unexpected death of political commentator Charlie Kirk shook the entire nation. But what began as a tragic headline quickly evolved into one of the most controversial and confusing mysteries of the year. After Joe Rogan publicly questioned the official narrative, millions of people began revisiting the case, analyzing every detail and asking one question: what really happened to Charlie Kirk? From questionable suspects to suspicious behavior by witnesses, to uncomfortable allegations about political pressure and powerful donors, this story has become a maze of contradictions. And now, Rogan's explosive commentary, along with reactions from Elon Musk and Candace Owens, has reignited the fire, turning a tragedy into a full-scale national debate. Rogan questions the official story. During a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan dove deep into the inconsistencies surrounding the case. According to him, nothing about the official report made sense, from the weapon used to the suspect's background to the bizarre behavior exhibited by people at the scene. Rogan highlighted how the alleged shooter, a 22-year-old man, was shown in early images with what appeared to be a modern scoped hunting rifle. He questioned how someone with no military or tactical background could execute such a precise shot from a rooftop without being detected. Rogan's guest, a firearms expert, also noted that hitting a target at 200 yards with precision requires training, something the suspect supposedly lacked. This skepticism wasn't just from a technical standpoint. Rogan emphasized that the entire chain of events felt staged: the weapon, the suspect, the timeline, and especially the strange appearance of another man in the crowd who screamed, "I did it," before bizarrely removing his pants. Rogan argued that incidents like this were too convenient and too coordinated to dismiss. The strange figure who keeps appearing. One of the most confusing elements Rogan mentioned involved the strange older man who appeared at the scene. According to reports, this same individual had also been present during multiple unrelated national tragedies, including the Boston bombings. This man reportedly yelled, I did it," only seconds after the shot was fired, before removing his pants. Soon after, he was arrested not for involvement in the case, but for child-related charges that conveniently made him unavailable for questioning. Rogan pointed out how suspicious it was that someone with such an odd pattern of behavior was conveniently neutralized right after the incident. Rogan's conclusion? These events didn't align with random chaos. They looked orchestrated. The weapon that raised red flags. Another major inconsistency Rogan highlighted was the rifle itself. Early photos made the weapon appear modern, a composite stock 30-06 bolt-action rifle with a sophisticated scope. Yet the official narrative claimed the gun belonged to the suspect's grandfather from World War I and had no serial number. Firearms experts quickly pointed out the contradictions. How could a World War II-era rifle appear modern? Why would an untrained suspect disassemble and reassemble it on a rooftop? Why would he use a weapon inconsistent with the narrative described? These questions only deepened public doubt. Elon Musk enters the conversation. As Rogan's clip went viral, Elon Musk responded with a cryptic statement. The truth doesn't hide forever. It was enough to ignite the internet. Combined with Musk's likes on posts from Candace Owens, who was already claiming political pressure behind the scenes, people began to suspect Musk knew something deeper. Forums exploded with theories linking Rogan's claims, Musk's comments, and alleged donor conflicts surrounding Charlie Kirk in his final days. Candace Owens drops bombshell allegations. Candace Owens, a close associate of Charlie Kirk, went public with claims that Kirk was under extreme political pressure in the days leading up to his death. She stated he was receiving heated messages from donors upset about his willingness to host debates about Israel and Tucker Carlson on his platform. Owens shared a text exchange where Charlie expressed frustration with major donors pulling their support. According to her, the pressure was reaching a breaking point, and Kirk was refusing to compromise his principles. She even claimed Charlie had been invited to Israel by high-level officials as part of a supposed re-education effort, which he reportedly declined. Her allegations painted a picture of Kirk being cornered politically, a narrative that only deepened suspicion surrounding his death. The suspicious texts from the suspect. One of the most widely discussed controversies came when prosecutors released alleged text messages from the 22-year-old suspect, Tyler Robinson. In the texts, Robinson seemed to confess to the act, but thousands of viewers, commentators, and even political figures like Steve Bannon immediately questioned their authenticity. Critics argued the messages were oddly structured, too coherent, and resembled a script rather than genuine text conversation. Some noted that screenshots showed ellipses suggesting selective cropping, implying messages may have been taken out of context. Owens demanded timestamps and full transcripts, stating anything less was unacceptable. Even Bannon commented that the suspect's writing style read more like Shakespeare than a 22-year-old. The mysterious removal of camera footage. Shortly after the incident, it was revealed that SD cards had been removed from cameras set up by Charlie Kirk's crew. This alone was enough to raise questions. What exactly did those cameras capture? Why were the memory cards taken? Who removed them? Candace Owens insisted that this was done to prevent certain footage from reaching the public. She argued that Charlie had been discussing sensitive topics, including intelligence agencies, foreign influence, and Jeffrey Epstein, in the days before his death. According to Owens, these discussions made him a problem for powerful groups. The final days of Charlie Kirk. What was really happening? Owens shared messages indicating that Charlie was deeply stressed. She claimed he faced donor backlash, political demands, and intense disagreements surrounding Turning Point USA events. Allegedly, he was being pressured to stop hosting debates that questioned foreign policy and U.S. alliances. She also mentioned a Hamptons meeting described as an intervention, where Kirk was confronted about his political positions. Owens suggested that threats were made during this meeting, though she invited those present to publicly dispute her claims. So far, none have. The public turns against the widow. As Rogan and Owens continued discussing inconsistencies, social media turned its attention toward Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica Lane Kirk. Online commenters said her behavior during the memorial seemed staged or performative. Many also pointed out her background, from beauty pageants to connections with public figures, and speculated that her sudden rise in the narrative felt too convenient. Others argued she was simply overwhelmed, thrust into a role she didn't ask for, and likely being guided by Turning Point USA leadership. Whether fair or not, public suspicion surrounding her escalated rapidly. The questions everyone is asking, with so many contradictions, the rifle, the rooftop access, the strange man who shouted, "I did it," the doctored-looking texts, the political pressure, and the missing camera footage, the public remains deeply divided. Some believe it was a lone wolf attack. Others believe the inconsistencies point to something larger. And many feel that the truth is being buried under a mountain of confusing information. Even Rogan suggested that overwhelming the public with too many contradictory details is a common tactic used to obscure the truth. As new voices continue entering the conversation, one thing is clear: the case of Charlie Kirk's death is far from settled. With high-profile figures like Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, Candace Owens, and Steve Bannon openly questioning the official narrative, public trust has eroded even further. Was this a random tragedy or a coordinated setup? Was the suspect acting alone or being used? And why do so many details seem designed to confuse rather than clarify? Until investigators release full evidence, including untouched text logs, complete footage, and statements from every witness present, the mystery will continue to grow. The world wants answers, and for now, the truth remains hidden.